So, back together again. And
Back together.
This time you're growing the beard, so you're actually going to shave, like, or you're going to grow it, like, and shave, like.
You inspired me last time. You inspired me.
Last interview with the
You
whole.
inspired me last interview, and everybody was coming out new. So when you growing the beard, so I just started growing it as of 48 hours ago. It might come off tomorrow, might not.
Oh,
might not. But for you, I kept it dark.
Volunteers are inspiring you.
Now people are going to see the white in my chin, and they might, start giving me a little respect, and that's what I'm doing it.
Anyways, away from beards, we got Amen, Amen, Amen coming out now.
It's first of all, let me correct you.
Yeah.
You said 3 times, Amen.
Yeah.
It's 4 times.
4 times?
Amen, 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 Amen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You better believe you'd be sorry.
What's the 4 times versus 3 times? Austria was 3 times.
Right, because it's
And then you have...
sure, right?
Yeah.
Amen is Amen, 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 Amen.
So 4 times there. Okay. So the next song is going to be 5 times?
We'll see. We'll see if we get a good syllable that works.
For 5 times.
For 5 times, we're on. Okay. Yeah, we skip from 3 to 5.
So, if you're not familiar yet, Eli Gerstner is putting out now, for the first time ever, a YBC acapella. We have acapella before with Eli Gerstner's name attached to it. We've got a clever acapella album, which I've been told did very well.
Baruch Hashem, and it's still doing well. Baruch Hashem.
And now we're moving on to YBC acapella.
Okay, so first thing is YBC acapella. YBC acapella has been something that's been up since YBC started. When YBC first started, it was right after Chevra acapella came out and started doing what it was doing. With Baruch Hashem at the time, it was doing amazing. And
Chevra acapella was what year?
Chevra acapella came out about a year after so the first Chevra came out, let's see, November of 01.
Yeah.
So this came out about March of 02, Pesach of 02.
When did YBC start?
YBC started, I think, in 04, I think.
So acapella was on the table in your books long before YBC was even...
No, because YBC was on the table. Regular YBC, we were working on an idea of the choir about the time Chevra acapella came out. It then took about a year and a half to make, and then that's why it came out a year and a half later.
So you already were going back and forth to Cleveland to the original choir?
Yeah, and the second YBC came out, and Chevra was doing really well. We knew that there has to be another acapella album, and it was just like logistics. We were going to do a Chevra acapella 2, and we were going to do then a menucha. Just things started like falling apart. I mean, first of all, we had original guys in the Chevra, and then when those guys left, and then we were like, okay, we have to now switch it up, and we had some recordings. Then we were dealing with Shlomo Kabach's family at the time. Chevra acapella 1 is all Shlomo Kabach songs, and I wanted very badly to do Chevra acapella 2 with with other Shlomo Kabach songs. And there was licensing, whatever, this and that, whatever. And then we said, okay, we're going to go and start to maybe something on my own. And just things kept getting pushed off. And then there's an album that came out, Hasidic Acapella, which my songs, it's Dudi Kalish and a big Hasidic choir singing some of my songs. And I sort of like said, you know what? This album's coming out. It's going to a different market. I don't want to put out a acapella album and compete with that one. So I just put that aside. And the Hasidic Acapella, Baruch Hashem, it did very well, but not in, let's say, in our regular circles, but in those circles it did very well. And then we're here. We said, okay, we're going to do this. And we kept saying, after every year, okay, we're going to do it this year, we're going to do it this year, we're going to do it this year. And just kept getting pushed off. Finally, we put we finally said, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to make it happen. I started working on the arrangements. Started picking songs, which songs are going to be where. And
you were officially supposed to put out Amen, 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 Amen back last Pesach, and then there was some issues that came up, and so it was pushed up to this Pesach. So when did you start it?
Right, so this album started a few years ago, but it really got into production about 2 years ago. And originally, the title track was Ah. That was the original title track.
And now everyone knows
and the first song, right? And the first song was Ah, and that was we had a few original songs on the album, new songs, and Ah was obviously the first one. And then yes, there were some things. There were some health issues with some of the production team, and there were also we had this licensing problem with we signed with Universal, and I felt it would only be fair if. Once we signed that deal, that they wanted that YBC Hanukkah should be my last album that we put out, And if I would have put out acapella, then everybody would be talking about acapella, and then it would be confusion. So they weren't like so thrilled about me putting a new album. So I said, no problem, okay. And then we see that and the health things, whatever. So we said, okay, we'll push it off. We put it in the closet and wait for another year. In the interim, though, we already prepared for that Pesach to debut And the feedback that we got from that song was so incredible and so crazy.
And when you did the show?
We did the show in Queens College that we're like, okay, we can't hold this for another year. This is so crazy. So we took all the choir and all the vocals and everything that was done, and we remixed it, which I call it a remix. This a cappella version is really the original version, and the remix is the techno version, but to everybody else, the techno version is the original, and that this is the remix, you know. And we did the remix, and then Baruch Hashem it did what it did, and you know, it's like probably our most popular song now, you know. And
550,000 YouTube views.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been amazing, and this song is being downloaded legally, Baruch Hashem. The single is just selling like crazy on iTunes, and it shows Baruch Hashem that we still got some legitimate people out there, Baruch Hashem, that they're doing the right thing, and you know, bottom line is it's doing very well. And then the YBC Live 4 came out with on it as a concert version, and then we did it with the same thing with we put the remix on there as well, and the music video, whatever. And Baruch Hashem, it's been crazy. So we needed to come up with a song that was is equal to or better.
Then you have the new YouTube version of me and you singing it.
Right, and that's going viral.
Yeah, is it?
At your Vart.
Yeah.
You know, right. People are never going to remember the YBC version after they hear you singing it.
That's it.
All right, there you go. So, you know, so that's basically what happened in a nutshell. We had to come up with a new song. I had a few songs that...
See, one of the things that hit, when you sent me this the other night, and I was taking a listen, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, the first reaction was, when I hear YBC Acapella is, let me hear all the songs from YBC, and it's just the YBC Acapella songs. And the first thing I noticed is, these are not the YBC acapella songs these are not the YBC songs that I'm familiar with. These are other songs that YBC is singing. So there's two clubs over here. It's one, it's acapella, and it's two, it's new songs that you haven't heard YBC sing before.
Correct.
Why did you take that route versus taking Columbus Palel and everything else that's YBC's?
It's because of the way you just said it. Because you've heard Columbus Palel so many times already, YBC singing it. You're like, Columbus Palel, and like, okay, we know YBC and Columbus Palel already. So if I would just now do an a cappella version of a Columbus Palel, that's just another version of Columbus Palel. The YBC fans that are out there, they're going out there.
Somebody once joked to me. They said how Art Scroll works. They said Art Scroll's taking, they put out the large size, then the miniature size, then the miniature size, and then you don't like to overdo it that much.
Yeah, I mean, you see it also on my DVDs. People ask me, why don't you put out a DVD every year? It sells. Put it out every year. I say, because I don't want to do like I see other DVDs where you can find 10 versions of the same song on 10 different concerts. You know, I don't want to do that. You know, even when we did the first YBC Live album doesn't have a concert version of Columbus Palel, which is our biggest hit. It has a remix, the remix, which is a few million downloads on YouTube, right? But people are like, why didn't you put the concert version? And I said, the reason is because 3 months earlier, Hask came out, Hask 18, and had Columbus Palel concert version. And I want to give everybody something, there always has to be something fresh.
Different.
Something fresh. If you're buying this and you're spending the $25 on DVD, you're spending the $15 on a CD, or whatever, $25 on double CD, whatever came out at the time, I want to give you your money's worth, you know, for those honest people out there that are actually downloading and buying it with real money, you know. I want to make sure that they're getting the full money's worth. So it's the same thing. So I do a DVD every 2 years because I want to make sure that everything on the DVD has never been heard. It's been fresh, you know. And you know, I'll say bonus track, like I'll do with the remix. It says bonus track. There's a reason for that because, you know, it's just in case you didn't buy the single yet, it could be fresh for you. But I always want to give you the concert version because that's definitely unique and that's different, you know. So I always try to do something different, and that's the case over here. I didn't want to give YBC songs. I wanted to do something that was different and that was fresh, and that to a lot of the YBC fans out there, this will be the first time they ever heard these songs. I personally, the most popular ones that I put on was Eidechan Es Panecha from Chevra 2.
Yeah.
But in reality, it might be known to the Chevra fans, but there's so many YBC kids and fans out there that never heard these songs, and these are my favorite songs. So I'm happy to put them on
and do them
do them a different thing. Yeah, I'm like I see even my own little kids, at my own sons, that they're listening to Espanach Eicha now, and they've heard the original version, and they're like so excited to hear this version of it. It's still fresh
Something
and
new,
different. And the kid is singing Yaakov Mordechai singing it, and these other kids, and that's the main reason, And most of the songs are songs that nobody heard, even songs that.
By the way, is he out or in or?
So on this album he's in because he recorded it.
He's in, but it was 2 years ago. But
right now he's
gone for a while.
He's out now. he hung up his number.
Hung up his number on the wall.
He retired. He's steiging away.
What about are your kids coming in or?
Well, they're on the album. They are featured on the album. Both my sons actually have solos on this album, and my nephew is also a very up-and-coming soloist.